Very good morning, dear students. I am teacher Sarika here. Students, today in our secretary practice period, we are going to learn about the factors which are affecting fixed capital requirements. Okay. Last period, we had already studied the meaning of fixed capital and also the types of capital requirements, that is the fixed capital and the working capital, and the detailed things which are included in these two capitals we already studied. Today we are going to learn about the factors regarding fixed capital requirements which affects the fixed capital requirements. So before we start today's new topic, we are going to have just a small review regarding the meaning of fixed capital. Okay. Fixed capital is also known as permanent capital because with the help of fixed capital, we can arrange our initial business requirements, that is land or building, plant and machinery, and also the vehicles and other fixed equipments which are fixed and permanent in nature. Once they brought, it will be there in business for a longer period. Once they purchased, it will be there in the business for a longer period of time. It is permanent in nature, which requires only maintenance of the same for its long duration. It requires what? The maintenance for its long duration. Fixed capital requirements is capital which promoter of business has to arrange. Promoter means what? Promoter means the person who starts the business or who promotes the business. When the idea of starting a business comes to his mind, he starts to arrange for fixed capital, and for this first he demanded the quotation or prices of fixed assets, and after negotiation or comparison he starts to buy the fixed capital assets. Okay, fixed capital means what? Which is required to purchase the fixed capital assets. Okay, and for this he requires funds to buy these assets, and for arrangement of funds he may opt various ways like issue of shares, issue of debentures, bonds also, and even by taking loan from various institutions, from various banks, he can collect the funds for fixed capital requirements. Okay. So see students, these points we are going to study in detail. That is what the factors which affect the fixed capital requirement, factors affecting fixed capital requirements. These are the things which decides the fixed capital requirements. These things we are going to study in detail. Okay. First is what? The nature of business. Second is what? The size of business. Third is scope of business. Fourth is extent of lease or rent. Then arrangement of subcontract. Sixth is what? The acquisition of old assets. Seventh is what? The acquisition of assets on a concession rate. Eighth is what? The international conditions. Ninth is trend in economy. Tenth is population trend. 11th is consumer preferences, and the 12th is competitive factors. These all factors, how these factors affect the fixed capital requirements, we are going to study in detail. Okay. See, the first factor is what? Nature of business. Okay, see, manufacturing industries and the public utilities. These are what? The nature of business. Some industries are in manufacturing, means what? Are in production process, and some industries are public utilities, means what? They are providing services to the public, have to invest huge amount of funds to acquire fixed assets. Why? Because manufacturing industries requires to purchase the heavy machinery. They have to pay the heavy amount of salaries to the employees also. The amount, the people who are working in manufacturing industries are more than the small scale industries. And public utilities means what? The public who are giving the facilities to the public. Okay, means what? The railways. Okay, these are what? They are giving the facilities to public. And for this, nature of business means what? Which kind of business you are doing have greatly affect the capital requirements, fixed capital requirements. And while trading business may not need huge investments in fixed assets. Trading business means what? Buying and selling. The small business, they need not require the huge investments in fixed assets. Okay, so nature of business is the major determinant to decide the requirements of capital, need of fixed capital. Nature also means what? The type of business. For example, means public utilities business. For example, it includes what? The railroad and other public utility services. Means what? The services which are for peoples have a large investment, so they need to invest huge amount of capital, whereas businesses like retail stores, parlors requires very less amount of fixed capital. Okay, students. Next is what? The size of business. See, where a business firm is set up to carry on a large scale operations, its fixed capital requirements are likely to be high. Size of business means what? What is the size of business? There are two types of size of business. Some of business are on large scale and some of the business are on a small scale. It is because the most of their production process are based on automatic machines and equipment. See, in a large scale business, it requires what? The heavy amount of fixed capital. Why? Because their business is depends, their production activity, manufacturing industries are included where? In the size of business. Which size? Large scale business, large scale production. It includes what? The production process. And production process means what? The production of goods. It requires what? The heavy automatic machines and equipments. So to buy this heavy automatic machines and equipments, we require the huge amount of fixed capital. Okay, the size of business is business. It is on what? The whether it is large scale business or a small scale business. If the business are bigger, the fixed capital requirement is higher. And if the business is on smaller basis, small basis, the small scale basis, the fixed capital requirement will be less. And there the size of business affects in terms of its assets or sales, also affects the need of fixed capital. Third is what? The scope of business. Okay, there are business firms which are formed to carry on a production or distribution on a large scale. Such business would require more amount of fixed capital. See here, it means what? Whether the business is on small scale or on a large scale. In a large scale business, both the production and distribution activity is done on a large scale. Okay, and hence it requires heavy amount of capital, because again the purchases of plants and machinery for the business will be costly than any kind of small scale business, which is exactly opposite. Okay. Fourth point is what? The extent of lease or rent. See, if entrepreneur means what? The person who start the business, the person who is the owner of the business. If he decides to acquire assets on a lease or on a rental basis, less amount of funds of fixed capital will be needed for the business. See here, the word lease means what? It means the agreement. It is signed document. It is in between the person, where one person agrees to hand over his fixed assets like land, building or machinery to the another person. For what? For a certain period of time. The person buys that land, plant and machinery and other kind of assets on a rental basis. So he requires less amount of capital, as he need not to spend the money to buy these kinds of fixed assets. They take their things on a rental basis, which they have to pay for a certain period. It may be monthly or it may be yearly, which is decided at the time of agreement. Okay. Fifth point is what? The arrangement of subcontract. Okay. If the business wants to subcontract some process of production to others, limited assets are required to carry out the production. It would minimize the fixed capital requirements of business. Means what? Means the kind of work or the type of work is handed over to the another party or to the another person is the arrangement of subcontract. Here the responsibility of work is handed over to the another party till the completion of that complete work, and that responsible party only will liable to buy the assets, will liable to buy the fixed assets which is required for the business. So here the arrangement of subcontract is done that the person requires the less amount of fixed capital. Okay. Sixth is what? Acquisition of old assets. If old equipments and plants are available at a low prices, then it would reduce the need for investments in fixed assets. If acquisition means what? Collection of old assets. If the old equipments are already there in the business, they need not have to invest to buy these kinds of assets. Okay, means it means the purchase of old assets, resale of assets, which requires less amount of capital and which we can get at a less rate than the new assets. Okay. Seventh point is what? Acquisition of assets on a concessional rate. Collection of assets on a concessional rates means what? At a discount rate with the view to foster the industrial growth at a regional level. The government also may provide land and building materials at a concessional rate, and plant and machinery may also be made available on installment basis. Means what? We have to pay monthly the charges regarding that plant and machinery. Such facilities will reduce the requirements of fixed capital. Okay. Acquisition means the collection of assets on a concessional rate, and if the business person do the business such a business on such a basis, they require less amount of capital. When the business person do the business, if we collect the assets on a concessional rates. Sometimes governments also provide land and building, plant and machinery to the people on a discount rate. So it requires what? The less amount of fixed capital. Eighth is what? The international conditions. Okay. Now see, this factor is very much important as it decides the business beyond the boundaries of the nation, and that international conditions must be fulfilled while doing the business on a large scale. That there should not be any shortage of capital to meet the future emergencies in the business. The business are already at an international level. Ninth is what? The trend in economy. Means the various changes in the economy like booms or recession. If there is booms in the economy, then the business also runs very rapidly and can also grow with a good profit, and then they start to expand their business, and hence the requirement of fixed capital will be more, and same situation will be vice versa opposite if the period is of recession. Clear? 10th is what? Population trend. See, when a population is increasing at a high rate, certain manufacturing find this is at the opportunity to expand the business. Okay. Now see, it is what? The population also affects greatly on the fixed capital requirement. Population trends means what? Change in populations in respect to their likes, their dislikes, their fashions, taste, etc. And this change population means people living in the country. Population means what? The people who are living in the country greatly affect the business of the firm. For example, automobile industry and garment industry means what? When there is change in the trend like automobile industry, that new car is come into the market, everyone wants to purchase that car, purchase that vehicle. Garment industry means what? The new fashions of new fashions, new arrivals of various saris, clothes. Every people wants to purchase that thing. Means what? It is what the change in population trends in respect to their likes, dislikes and passions. And some of the industries, some of the manufacturing industries take the benefit of that thing. Means what? They take the benefit, they take it as an opportunity to expand their business in that view. Clear? Consumer preferences, okay, means what? Means the industries which provides the goods and services which are in a great demand by the consumers. Means what? Which requires the more fixed capital. Means what? Consumer preferences means what? To which kind of preference is given by the consumers. Consumer prefer which kind of products is what the consumer preferences. Due to growth of their business and increase in earning and profits, the every industry wants to satisfy consumers preferences, consumers choices, which product consumers prefers to buy is what the consumer preferences. And if the industry is busy in fulfillment of the consumer preferences, obviously they earn the more profit. And if they are earning more profit, if their business is continuously rapidly growing, they require the heavy amount of fixed capital. Okay, for example, recently the mobile requirements of the various peoples, consumers are giving preference to the purchase of mobiles because of its multiple use. Okay, so there is increase in the business of the mobile companies and the mobile network providers. Okay, 12th point is what the competitive factor. Okay, competitive factor means what? The factors which is required to face the competition with the another product. And every business enterprise wants to achieve success and to go ahead in sale with respect to another product. And here in competitive factor, if the business is in competition, earning more profit will require the high amount of fixed capital to face the competition of the same, to face the competitions with the another product. Okay, so students, here we finished today's topic, that is factors which are affecting fixed capital requirements. Next lecture we are going to study the factors which is affecting, which is deciding the working capital requirements. Okay, goodbye students, take care, stay home, stay safe.